So I'm sure a lot of people in this audience, especially people that came because they wanted to hear about what we thought of the Snyder Cut or wanted to express their own opinions on the Snyder Cut. Um, I'm sure they're also interested in this film, which is The Flash. So for folks that don't know, that version of The Flash is getting his own film. And it says, this is actually breaking news. I don't have the breaking news ticker up. Darn it, where's my breaking news ticker? When you're doing everything, there we go. Because this is breaking news. I just saw this. So I thought this was very interesting. So it says The Flash, Ron Livingston to replace, and I got out of my way, Ron Livingston to replace Billy Crudup, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names, as Henry Allen. And this is an exclusive from Variety. So it says Ron Livingston has been cast in The Flash, and he will portray the superhero's father, Henry Allen. Basically, he is replacing Billy Crudup because he is committed to another role on the morning show for Apple Plus TV. So this is breaking news that he is going to be Flash's father in the movie. I don't know if you heard about this, Dave.
I'd heard that Billy Crudup was leaving because of a prior commitment. I hadn't actually heard who they'd actually cast. The Flash movie is going to be an interesting proposition. It's going to be an interesting prospect to see what they actually do with it. There's been so many rumors about what they're actually doing with that. There's actually scuttlebutt. Keaton supposedly was going to be reprising his role as Batman. Now he's talking in interviews and stuff like he might be out.
By the way, I did want to address that. I think that is fake news. I think that is clickbait crap. I saw that from Screen Rant. This article, which is from Variety, specifically says Michael Keaton is in this movie.
All right.
I trust Variety more than I trust Screen Rant. I'm just going to throw it out there because Screen Rant sends me so much clickbait junk. Because that's where I saw that rumor, and I was like, whatever, But this is a Variety article, and it specifically says Michael Keaton is in the film.
Right. So we'll see what they do with it. We know that they are doing a version of the Flashpoint story. I am secretly hoping that they do, Flashpoint, a version of the Flashpoint, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman. So maybe I can see my name on the screen for half a second. Who knows what they're actually going to do? Any great credible actor will work, to play his dad. I mean, we don't know how much of a role his father's going to have, in the movie anyway. We know it's in the TV show. It was very, very important, and John Wesley Shipp did a great job. I think it'd been awesome to just have John Wesley Shipp continue to play his dad. That would have been really interesting because then it would pay off that connection. You know what I mean? That in the Crisis where Ezra Miller's Flash actually talked to Grant Gustin's Flash, like it would further connect, the Flash universes, you know what I mean, into some one cohesive thing. But that's just me.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I'm a fan of that version of Flash. So, Lynn mentions that Billy was actually Doc Manhattan in Watchmen. I had no idea. I did not know that. I did not know that at all. So obviously, he must be someone that has a connection with Zack Snyder, that he's, reuses him for different products. They work together well, that kind of a thing. Lynn also says he's looking forward to see if Keaton and Batfleck do make it into the movie. Keaton Beyond and Batfleck Forever. But again, this article, and again, this is a Variety article. I trust Variety more than a lot of these clickbait things. This one does say that Keaton is going to be in this movie. I don't think it mentions Ben Affleck, but it does mention Michael Keaton's going to be in this movie. So I trust them more, again, than the clickbait people. But I do think this is interesting in terms of actually Henry Allen. I think most people, well, not maybe most people, but a lot of people know him from, Office Space, right? The cult classic. It was not a very successful box office hit, but it's sort of a cult classic. I own that. Again, that's high praise for me because, again, I do not have like a huge, massive collection of physical films, but that's one that I do own and I enjoy it a lot.
I actually recently rewatched Office Space, and I thought that was him, but I wasn't quite sure. But yeah, I actually just recently rewatched Office Space. It's such a great movie. I've been recommending that to people. That movie is just Yeah, it's awesome. It's
It's really funny because that's like one of my friends will tell me about because he works for like a bank. He's like a programmer for a bank. And it's so funny. He'll tell me about like his day or whatever. Maybe not so much now because they do a lot of like the telecommuting. But back in the day when he was doing the conference meetings and all that stuff, it was so funny. He'd send me a text about his day. I was like, wow, your life is like all the worst parts of Office Space.
I lived through moments of Office Space in my day job, and along those lines, there's an interesting connection here that to the DCU as well. Diedrich Bader, who plays his not roommate, but neighbor in the apartment.
Yeah.
Diedrich Bader, of course, was the voice for Batman in the Batman Beyond actually cartoon. And he was really great as Batman in that. And that cartoon actually has still one of the coolest like single episodes of all time. If you have not seen it, you owe it yourself to find this episode. There is an episode where Batman teams up, wait for it, with Space Ghost.
And by the way, that's available on HBO Max.
Great cartoon
for people that want to check it out.
Yes,
which that's one that I kind of missed, so I'm kind of looking forward actually to checking that out. And then Chris Roberts mentions, he says, I love Office Space. I need my stapler. And of course, it has to be a red stapler, right, Chris? It has to be a red stapler. Lynn says, I can't say copy machine without thinking of that movie. And of course, Chris mentions that Jennifer Aniston is in it. That's true. A young, very attractive Jennifer Aniston is in that movie. Matt Henshaw. Hey, Matt, you're still here. He said, one of Mike Judge's best films. Yeah, absolutely. I really like it. I enjoy that film. Again, I own it personally. I own one of the special editions of it on DVD and really, really enjoy it. And yes, Lynn, Batman Brave and the Bold, I do want to mention, is on HBO Max. So most of you seem to have access to that. So if you want to check that series out, definitely do so. One interesting thing about this article that I thought was kind of weird, they do mention a lot of Henry Allen's credits, and they do specifically mention Office Space and some things I've never even heard of. They don't mention Band of Brothers, which I thought was really crazy because that's available on HBO Max too. And Band of Brothers is amazing, and he's in that. That is an amazing miniseries. Yeah,
Band of Brothers is great. It's really
and he's in that, and they don't mention that in this article. So maybe I shouldn't trust Variety as much as I was saying. I mean, seriously, to not mention Band of Brothers, I mean, that's an amazing show. And again, a lot of you people have HBO Max. You can watch Band of Brothers. Highly recommend it. Yeah, Chris says he was amazing in Band of Brothers. He really was. And I think a big part of it was to kind of, get rid of typecasting. So he had to do something different, and he did a great job. It's a great series. I can't say enough about that show because it's based on, a real unit in World War II and all that stuff. I'll get emotional if I get into it too much. That's a great show. You got to check it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Band of Brothers, highly, highly recommended.